Orange Sky Audio presents The Dark Desires Origins Collection, Books 1 through 3, by Nina Croft. Narrated for you by S.W. Salzman. Orange Sky Audio presents Malfunction, Dark Desires Origins Book 1, by Nina Croft. Narrated for you by S.W. Salzman. Prologue. Somewhere in space. Year 2544. He came awake suddenly, his eyes flashing open, and he lay in the utter darkness, breathing quietly. Don't panic. There was nothing to worry about. Soon someone would come and the lid would open. He'd been through the simulations. Though it had been light then, now there was total impenetrable darkness. And the first flickers of fear stirred in his gut. He stretched out his finger, which was all he could move, searching for the manual release switch. He pressed it. Nothing happened. He stabbed it again, and still nothing. Fear crawled up his gorge, sour and bitter in the back of his throat. Time passed. He opened his mouth, but no sound came out, and he swallowed and licked his lips, tried again. Is anyone there? His voice sounded hoarse and too quiet in the darkness, and no one answered. Help! More time. No sense of movement, no sounds except his ragged breathing. No heat, no cold. How long had he been awake? A headache nagged at the back of his skull, and nausea churned in his stomach. He recognized the first signs of oxygen depletion and rising carbon dioxide levels. How long did he have left? Panic took over, and he fought mindlessly against the restraints, spine arching, hands clawing at his sides, until the sharp metallic scent of blood clogged his nostrils. Finally exhausted, he collapsed back and lay panting, trying to get sufficient oxygen into his lungs. He couldn't die like this, trapped and alone in the dark. Maybe it was divine retribution from a god he hadn't believed in for a long time. Or had someone discovered his secret? His heart hammered and his breath was coming hard and fast now. He had to keep calm. The air would last longer. But he couldn't stop himself gasping for each breath. Help! The words screamed through his mind as a convulsion racked his body. Was this the end? For him, or for the whole human race? Chapter 1. 5 years later. Logan blinked, his eyes open. Where the hell am I? He was lying on his back in what resembled a coffin, and his heart rate kicked up. Balls! He tried to move, to roll over, to sit up, but something held him in place, and panic clawed at his guts. He forced himself to breathe slowly. The walls were gray, but the ceiling was some clear material through which filtered a dim light. And it came back to him. He was in a cryo tube on board the Trackis-1. With the knowledge, his heart rate slowed. It felt like only moments since he had closed his eyes and drifted off into what he had suspected would be an eternal sleep. He knew the odds that this trip would succeed were not good. There was too much that could go wrong. He hadn't expected to wake up. And that did beg the question. Why the fuck am I awake? Were they still on Earth? Had something gone wrong? Had they aborted the mission? Through the glass above him, he made out a movement. Looked like he was going to find out. He shook his head as much as the restraints would allow, blinking to clear his vision as the glass door of the cryotube was opened from the outside. The restraints popped free, and his pulse returned to normal. On your feet, Sergeant. He recognized the voice, though it sounded different, a little rougher, and the face that came into focus above him was familiar but also different, older.